hot the last 3 days.
Yep, been burning up
putting
the
a lot
road.
of mileage on the Nissan, but and this is the Nissan Dribble Drive Challenge, by the way, so it is a challenge driving back and forth from London to Berea for 3 days, actually 4 days when you count tomorrow. So anyway, we don't know a whole lot about the Cincinnati Roger Bacon Ball Club. We know that the only thing we do know that they played St. X out of Louisville yesterday, and only down 6 at halftime. They ended up losing by 28 in that game, and it's a team that you look at their record and who they played. Of course, all the teams around the Cincinnati area. The most points they've scored in a game this year have been 62, and that was their win over Winton Woods. But beyond that, 49 has been the most they've scored in a game this year, and that was against St. X yesterday, but they only averaged 41 points a game.
Yeah, you look at them and you would think they're big, they're long, they're athletic looking. You would think they would average more than that, but, maybe not. So we'll see here in a few minutes. Hopefully got a better outcome than what we did last night.
Right.
Disappointing. I know the kids are disappointed. They'll come out tonight and get a win and see what happens.
Yep. Cincinnati Roger Bacon's under head coach Brian Neal. They are 2-5 on the year. Their schedule has gone this way. Don't really mean a whole lot to folks around here, but the teams they have played out of the Cincinnati area: Chaminade, Julian, they lost 54-49. They lost to Cincinnati St. X 68-31. They lost to Alter 60-20. They beat McNicholas 41-38. Lost to Carroll 53-34. A win over Winton Woods in overtime 62-57. And then, as I mentioned, Louisville St. X lost to them yesterday here in the South Laurel Invitational Tournament by a score of 77-49. The Trojans losing to Bell County in overtime, despite the fact the Bell County team scored 67 points. 31 of those were from the foul line.
Yeah, it's hard to overcome getting outscored 31-7 or 8 from the free throw line. But when we had our opportunity at the foul line, but we missed them. And they're not a great free throw shooting team, but they made them, and that was basically, like you said, the difference in the game.
The Trojans only 8 of 17 from the foul line last night against Bell County. This is the Zaxby's pregame report. We're about 12 minutes away from tip-off. Zaxby's 2 new adventures to taste, and they are tasty, too. Each meal only $6.99. The Smokehouse Cheddar Barbecue Filet Sandwich or the Southwest Chipotle Filet Sandwich. Get those in Zaxby's. Back with more in a moment from London, Kentucky. We're about 11 minutes away, and it's first round of South Laurel beat Lynn Camp 59-35 yesterday. Owen County over Russell County 52-43. St. X 77. Roger Bacon of Cincinnati 49. Of course, the Trojans losing in overtime to Bell County 67-61. In games today, Lynn Camp beat Russell County 63-58. So the winner of this game will play Lynn Camp for 5th place tomorrow at 1:45 Central Time. And the loser of this game will play Russell County at 12 noon Central Time tomorrow. Whichever the Trojans end up, we'll have that broadcast tomorrow afternoon here from South Laurel. But again, back in Berea tonight at 7 Central Time, 6:40 airtime with the Trojanettes in Owen County for 5th place in the 16-team Berea Holiday Classic. We'll be back to take a look at the starting lineups in a moment. The schedule brought to you by NHC Healthcare Glasgow, carrying it a better way day by day. Lineups are next here on 103.7 Nash Icon. Let's take a look at this afternoon's starting lineups here in the South Laurel Invitational Tournament for the Cincinnati Roger Bacon Spartans. Their head coach Brian Neal to start. Marjoni Tate, a 6-foot junior. Mason Cromer's a 6'9 junior. Adam Trigg Holdman, a 5'11 junior. Josiah McGee, a 6'2 senior. And Nigel Mooney is a 6'1 junior for the Spartans. Barren County Trojans, their 12th year head coach Warren Cunningham, assistant coaches Lee Johnson, Matt Gardner, Jared Browning, and Austin Burge. Jacob Shaw, a 6'1", 183 senior, averaging about 9 points a game. Gavin Withrow, 5'8", 150 junior, averaging about 6.5. Will Bandy, 6'6", 212 senior, 14 points a game. Aiden Niken, 6'5", 204 sophomore, averaging 16. And Tyler Bush, 6', 183 and a senior, averaging 3 points a game for the Trojans. And we'll come back with the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial opening tip-off in just a moment. The lineup's brought to you by SCRTC. Get things started with SCRTC's fast and reliable internet speeds today. You're following Trojan basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back here at South Laurel High School here in London, Kentucky. Shea Turner along with Chad Withrow, and the Trojans across the way to our left in gray uniforms this afternoon. Burgundy numbers and letters outlined in gold. And the Spartans of Cincinnati, Roger Bacon. They'll be in white uniforms with a maroon number and a little bit of gold on the side of the shorts. Spartans across the front of their jerseys. Their bench across the way to our right. You know, Chad, we got the Louisville, Kentucky game pulled up here. We'll give people updates that don't have are listening to it or watching on television. Might mention the BCHS live crews here today, too, and you'll be able to watch the game on YouTube this afternoon. But Laurel County, a lot of tradition here. You know, North and South Laurel combined together from the Laurel County. And you remember 1982 when Laurel County won the state championship in boys basketball, a guy by the name of Paul Andrews.
Half three-quarter court
Yeah,
shot or half
I remember that quite well.
Game,
that was at Freedom Hall in Louisville, and they were playing North Hardin in the state championship game. And what a game that was, and Paul Andrews hitting that shot to win the state championship.
A lot of banners hanging.
There was only 2-point goals then.
Yeah.
It was only 2-point baskets. Didn't have the 3 then.
A lot of banners for state champions from boys and girls. Yep.
So they have the banners here at South Laurel. I don't know what they got at North Laurel. Is this the old Laurel County High School?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
But they've got a nice gym.
Yes, it is very nice.
Chair backs on one side in the lower section.
Yes, very nice. Good lighting, bright.
Teams gather around the jump circle. Aiden Niken for the Trojans, and it is Mason Cromer for the Spartans, and they get the tap. Of course, Cromer is at 6'9". And they have the basketballs. They work it to the left side. It is, they've changed the lineup here on us. We'll have to figure it out here in a little bit.
13-5
They throw it out to Tate. We know that Tate's one of the starters. 32 is Goyette, Jacob Goyette, number 32. Tate's got it on the right side against Tyler Bush. He'll send it back to the left side to Carson Block, who starts this afternoon. Block is a 6-foot junior, and almost a steal there. They almost threw it away. Comes back out now to McGee. McGee sends it back to the left side. Here's a long-range 3 from the left wing, short. And the ball's loose, picked up in there by Jacob Shaw. The Trojans have it coming the other way. Cuts back to the left side. He bounces off in the corner to Withrow. Withrow's going to circle it out now.
Both teams look like they're man-to-man. Well, maybe.
Little matchup zone, I guess, is what Spartans are playing here. Bandy is going to be fouled. He goes to the deck. And let's see who they put the foul on. Number two, and that is Block. So Block got a start this afternoon, and so did Goyette. Barren County's basketball. It comes out to Bandy. Bandy, one dribble, bounces over to Shaw, long range right. Shaw circles out of the top of the key, hooks it over to Withrow. They go down in the corner to Bush. Did he touch it last? I guess he did. Couldn't tell from this angle.
Not sure. It was blocked off. I couldn't tell.
So the ball will go to Cincinnati Roger Bacon. 6:56 to play here in the first quarter. Still no score between the two. Spartans with the basketballs. They bring it up. There's Block. He'll send it off to the left side now to McGee. McGee taking it left side against Niken. Throws it back out top, straight away. 3-ball in the air. No. Rebound to Tyler Bush. Trojans with the basketball. Left side, Shaw goes into the lane. He'll dish it over to Niken on the right wing. Niken in the corner to Shaw. He'll fire for 3. Got it.
Good start there. Good extra pass again.
People's Bank 3-point shot for Jacob Shaw. Gives the Trojans the first lead of the ball game at 3-0. Goyette going to the right side over to Tate. Out top now is Cromer. Left side, Block. Block working against Withrow. Works around to the right side. Bounce pass off to Tate. Works it into the paint. Jump shot way short. Didn't even draw iron. Bush reaches in to tie it up with Goyette. And possession arrow to the Trojans, and a substitution for Coach Brian Neal as Block checks out, and he is replaced by number 5.
He's a Neal, I think.
Is it Neal?
That's what they have written on this sheet they give me here late before we started.
It must have been a different lineup than what he faxed to me earlier. We'll pick it up here in a little bit. Shaw in the corner almost fell out of bounds, threw it away, but underneath there's Bush. He tried to wrap around pass there, but it's stolen. And you said it was Neal, number 5?
That's what he's written down on this sheet.
And I'll put that down. Here's a shot, but Tate, layup no good. And the rebound by Cromer is 6'9", towered over everybody for that one. Goes right side over to Neal. That may be the coach's son.
Hey, it probably is.
Brian Neal, the head coach. Over to 32, it's Goyette. Now Cromer with it. And a little head fake. He walked, but no whistle. He walked again, shoveled his feet. Right wing 3 in the air. No. Rebound by Tyler Bush. Pushing it down the floor. Bandy in the corner, Withrow. 15-footer left side. Good. Barren County out to a 5-0 lead with 3 minutes gone to the opening quarter. Tate with the basketball on the right side for Cincinnati, Roger Bacon. Here's the lob down to Cromer. Down low, puts it up, no. Aiden Nyken was there to swat it away, but a foul is going to be called as he tried to go back up with it. They'll call it on the floor.
Kind of on the rebound, I guess. Looked like he was trying to shoot. But
so Nyken gets the foul. First foul of the ball game. Ball is lobbed out to McGee. They feed it down to Cromer, and he puts it in.
Too easy there.
Yeah. Cromer is 6'9", kind of lanky. He don't have a whole lot of weight on him. Here's Nyken to the corner to Bandy. And they try to force it down low in there to Bush. Batted out of bounds. Shaw will put it in play on the right baseline. Here's the lob out to Withrow. Goes to Shaw. Fakes the three. Drives in. Bounce pass there to Bush. Batted back to him. He tried to go to Nyken down low. Shaw back over to Bush. Bush works it in there, and a shot blocked by Cromer. Bandy saves it from going out of bounds. Gives it back to Nyken. He loses a handle, but they're going to call a reach-in foul on the Spartans. And who they put it on? Tate. First foul on Tate.
We're going to have to slow down just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Get a little bit of a hurry, yeah. Comes to the corner to Bush on the left-hand side. He circles into the paint, gives it over to Shaw. Right wing, three in the air. Bottom! 2 in a row for Jacob Shaw. The People's Bank three-point shots. Barren County 8, Cincinnati Roger Bacon 2. Working with it in the front court is Neal. Neal trying to backtrack into Withrow. Sends it over to Tate. Tate now out front. Sends it back to Neal on the right side. Now, here is McGee, and we're going to get a foul. We'll put it on Tyler Bush. Yeah, that's his first and the team's second. Not sure about that one.
A little ticky-tack one.
Yeah. Ryan Shirley in the ball game. Cody Lane. Both checking into the Trojan lineup. Lob comes out to McGee. Goes in the corner. And a traveling or illegal screen.
15, yeah.
They got a couple of changes in their lineup, too. 33, Adam Trigg Holdman. And 15, that's Mooney. And that foul is on Mooney, his first. Team's third. Barren County's basketball. Withrow brings it across the midcourt stripe against Trigg Holdman. Backdoor pass, and Shaw fell down. I'm not sure if he got tripped up there by 14, but Tuck.
He said he didn't see nothing, but most of the time you just don't fall on your own.
No.
Guy grabbed him and it tripped him a little bit too.
As the ball comes into play to Tate. 3:28 to go in the first quarter. Barren County with an 8-2 lead over Cincinnati Roger Bacon. 35 is McGee. 14 is Tuck. Goes left side. Here's a driving layup by Tate. Makes it 8-4. Jacob Shaw with it. Gets rid of it to Withrow. He'll send it back over to Shaw. Bandy sets a screen. Goes into a lot of traffic and a reach-in foul. And they're going to put it on Tate, I believe, and that might be his second. No, just his first. So I've got one on somebody, or one I don't have for somebody else. And they're not putting it on the board either, so it's hard to figure out when the officials' backs are to us. Here's Cody Lane into the lane and gives it to Ryan Shaw at the left elbow, out to Withrow. 2:50 left in the quarter. Cody Lane on the right wing. Dribbles it out, gives to Shaw out front. Guarded by Tate. Goes back right side over the lane. And here's a turnaround jump shot from Bandy. Got it from the free throw line.
Got a really good shot.
10-4, Barren County. 2:26 to play in the opening quarter. Right side with it, McGee. And he goes to the baseline, goes underneath, and puts it in. Nice strong move to the bucket from McGee. Makes it 10-6. Barren County with a 4-point lead. Shaw gives it out to Withrow. 2:10 left in the first quarter. As Withrow gives it down to the corner to Lane. Now Lane back out to Shaw. Goes back to Withrow on the left side. Gets a screen from Bandy. Goes into the paint. Runner. No. Collision. They've called an offensive foul on Withrow. And that will be his first, team's third.
Should have pulled up and shot the 8 or 9 footer.
Tried to go for a floater there, and a leaning floater.
Probably a good call there.
So we'll go to Roger Bacon with 1:57 to play here in the first quarter. A 10-6 Barren County lead.
Let's go, Greg.
Mason Griggs is checked into the Trojan lineup. 6', 138 sophomore. Tay Pointer also in. 6', 151 sophomore.
Only got one starter. Will still in.
Will Bandy, only starter on the court right now. Well, Jacob Shaw's in there.
Oh, yeah.
And Trojans trap the ball, but they get it around to the left side corner. And it's stolen by Lane. Up court it goes to Bandy. Bandy driving to the basket, flips it up and in. Nice move by Will Bandy.
Under control. Good move.
12-6 Barren County. And working with it the right side. Here's a pass sailing away and out of bounds. Turnover by Cincinnati Roger Bacon. 1:29 to go here in the first quarter. Barren County with a 12-6 lead. This inbounds pass comes to Jacob Shaw. Shaw working left side. Backdoor pass, and it's Griggs puts it up. It's no good.
Foul.
And the foul on the Spartans. Going to be on 15. That would be Mooney. That is the 15 foul on Cincinnati Roger Bacon. They go into Bandy. Turnaround jump shot is in there.
He had a rough night last night.
Yeah.
But so far, he's bounced back and playing really well right now.
14-6 Barren County. And a bad pass, almost thrown away. Almost threw it away again. Now working with it to the right side. They give it over to Tuck, back left side corner. And they go down low, and a shot put up and in by Mooney. 14-8, 50 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
We lose them. We do a good job of guarding it, and we just lose them for easy shots.
Griggs with it on the left side. Sends it back out front to Shaw. Shaw now goes to Lane with it on the left. Down the corner, Griggs dribbles it out, gives to Bandy. Bandy out front with it now. Shaw with it on the near side. 27 seconds to play. Getting a lot of pressure out there from the defender. Left side he goes to Griggs. Gets a screen from Shaw. Has it stripped loose. Lead pass coming up court. And a layup that is no good.
Good hustle by Pointer to get back
to
contest the layup.
Out to Griggs, and here's a three by Shaw. No, and Lane putting it back up. Rolled off the rim. Tapped around, saved in bounds, and that will do it for the first quarter. 14-8, Barren County leads Cincinnati Roger Bacon here in the South Laurel Invitational Tournament in London, Kentucky. Back with the second quarter of action in a moment on 103.7 Nash Icon. It is 14-8. 14-8. Cincinnati Roger. Second quarter underway here from South Laurel High School here in London, Kentucky. It is 14-8. Barren County leading by 6. And there's Cromer, who's back in the lineup now. Shot of the lane up, no good. Cromer puts it back up and in. That's his second field goal. 14-10, 4-point Barren County lead. Tyler Bush back on the court now for Barren County. Hands it off to Caleb Hester. Out to Shaw. Bluffs the three. Drives in. Throws up the runner. No good. Cromer with a rebound for Roger Bacon. Bringing it down the floor to the right side. It is Block who's back on the court now. Sends it back out to McGee. McGee goes left side with it to Henderson, who's in the ball game. Jumps it up off balance. Shot no good. Put back up no good. And we're going to get a foul on the Trojans.
Killing us on the boards. First two possessions.
That will be the fourth team foul on the Trojans in the first half. Tyler Bush. First foul. And the free throw is up, and it's no good for Goyette. Will Bandy and Gavin Withrow back in the Trojan lineup. Second shot for Goyette on the way, good. Makes it 14-11. Trojans with a 3-point lead. Second quarter presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Ball comes on the near side to Hester. He's in a trap. Throws a diagonal pass, picked off. McGee picked it off with one hand and threw it right in the hands of Goyette. And we got a whistle away from the ball. Illegal screen against 35. That's McGee. His first.
You know, they'll let a lot of contact go sometimes, and then they'll call something that doesn't have a whole lot of contact involved.
Barren County's basketball as Withrow gives it to Bush. Back to Withrow. Now looking for Bush. He's got it back out front. Diagonal pass, right corner. Hester out to Withrow. Now Bandy with it out between the circles. Fires it down in there to Hester. And a pass broken up. Trying to go to Porter on the left baseline. Out of bounds to the Trojans. Mason Griggs coming in for Caleb Hester. And Withrow left in the bucket. In the corner goes to Griggs. He'll bring it out, getting a lot of pressure. Gives to Tay Pointer on the right side. Back straight away it comes to Griggs. Gives to Withrow. Back out to Griggs out front, right side to Bush. He wants to drive to the basket strong. Puts it up. It is good. The foul.
That's what you've got to do when they're pressuring you that far away from the basket. Make them pay and pack them.
Seventh team foul on the Spartans here in the first half. Tyler Bush, free throw, got it. Lead back up to 6 for the Trojans at 17-11. Spartans with a basketball. Here's a pass deflected by Bush. I think that ball would have been thrown away.
I think it was going out, and he I'm not even sure he hit. I guess he did, but it was out of bounds almost before he touched it.
As the Spartans will have the basketball. They're looking for Cromer. They have to throw it way back out front to Wesley Henderson, a 6'4 junior. Here's Cromer going down low, puts it up. It's not going to count. Offensive foul. He ran right into Shaw. Cromer's first personal, number 8 on the Spartans here in the first half. Here's Shaw with it, giving it to Gavin Withrow. Withrow dribbles right, looks left, bounce pass off to Shaw. Shaw down to the corner to Griggs. I'll say he lost it out of bounds.
Thought they knocked it. Maybe they knocked it off him. It looked like they knocked it out, but
so it'll be Neal bringing it up for the Spartans. He walked.
That's a walk.
Working left side, and there's a walk. That wasn't as much as a walk as the first one. All right, 5:49 to go in the first half. 17-11 Trojans.
Both teams are pretty good defensively here in the early part of the second quarter.
Here's Withrow, bounce pass in the corner to Bandy, lobs it cross court. Shaw goes baseline, one hand shot won't go. Cromer with a rebound. The outlet pass comes to Tate. Tate's on the floor with 2 fouls. He came out for a little bit. They almost threw it away. Cromer down low into Henderson. A whistle and an offensive foul. Tyler Bush taking the charge. Henderson lowered that shoulder. And that'll be his first and the team's 9th. Barren County's basketball, 5:27 to play in the first half. As Withrow will bring it up for Barren. Takes it left side, bounce pass off to Griggs, splits the defenders, gives it out to Bush. Back over goes to Shaw, steps back and shoots the 3. Yes, sir. 3. He pulls back 3s for Jacob Shaw in this half. He's got 9. He has 19 threes on the season now.
Good ball movement there, and he was ready to shoot when he caught it.
And the lead is stretched to 9 for the Trojans at 20-11. There's a pass down in low to Cromer. He puts it up and it drops it in. 20-13. Jacob Shaw over to Withrow. Back over goes to Shaw. Shaw in the corner. Now to Griggs. Trying to dribble out of trouble. Double team, gives it to Bush. Fires it down to Bandy. One-hand shot comes up short. Comer with a rebound. Tate. Lead pass up to Henderson. He lost it. Shaw's got it for Barren. Shaw. Going to fire up a 3-point shot. No good. Maybe a little bit too far out. Ball slapped up in the air. McGee grabs it. Here comes Tate. Tate backs away now. Goes left side with it over to McGee. Out to Henderson. Henderson gives it back to Tate. Tate trying to make a move on Withrow. Brings it back out. Now fires it down low. Shot put up good and a foul. McGee cutting across the lane. And that is the second basket for McGee. Who's the foul on?
I don't know, but I think they just called a technical foul on Tyler. Shaw, I think, was the foul.
Okay. So technical on. I didn't see what happened there.
I don't know. I was looking somewhere else.
Yeah. That cut the lead to 5, and they're going to put, McGee at the foul line. This will be a 1 free throw right here.
Let's go, Gray. Let's go, Gray.
Shot goes up, and it is in there. Bounced up high and fell in. I thought it was going to come off the left.
Back side of the rim and fell in.
20-16, and this shot goes up. It's no good. And one more free throw for McGee on the technical shots.
Let's go, Gray. Let's go, Gray.
And it's in the air, and it's good.
I think it's the ball.
After having a 20-11 lead, Cincinnati Roger Bacon has scored 6 straight to trim the lead to 3 at 20-17 with 4:03 to go here in the first half. As it comes out to Tate. Tate goes left side. Back around the perimeter to the right to Goyette, who's back in the game. We've got a foul here on the Trojans again. Not sure who that one was on.
That's 2 on him.
And we don't need to get in foul trouble again like we did last night. Cody Lane coming back in the Trojan lineup. It's Tate at the line for the Spartans. And the shot is on the way, and it's good. It's his 3rd point of the game, and it's 20-18. And a chance now for Cincinnati Roger Bacon to trim the lead to 1 point here.
Let's go, Murph. Let's go, Murph.
And the shot on the way, good. 8 straight for the Spartans. Corbin Murphy checking in the ball game. 6'2", 238 junior. Ryan Shirley's on the floor. Jacob Shaw, Tate Pointer. As Trojans get it across, here's a pass down to Murphy, and he's going to be fouled. Boy, that was a bullet pass from Shaw. I mean, he threaded the needle on that one. 2 shots for Corbin Murphy. Corbin Murphy puts it up, and it's going to come off. He'll get one more. 3:41 to go in the first half. Barren County has only scored 6 points in this quarter. Cincinnati Roger Bacon has scored 11. Murphy's second shot, no good. Rebound comes off to Henderson. Chance here for the Spartans to take the lead on a basket. And they drive it in, and they put it in with the left hand. That's Henderson. And Coach Warren Cunningham wants a timeout. And they have scored 10 straight points on the Trojans. With 3:28 to go here before halftime. It's Cincinnati Roger Bacon 21, Barren County 20. Let's take a People's Bank timeout and give you a Coca-Cola scoreboard update. Kentucky 21, Louisville 20. Is that right?
That's right.
4 minutes to go in the first half.
half.
Pretty good ball game in Lexington. Don't forget tonight we'll be back in Berea. The Trojanettes battling Owen County for 5th place.
We've had our fair share of basketball the last 3-4 days, haven't we?
Yes, we have. 1 game on Thursday. We had 2 yesterday. And 3 today. 1 tomorrow.
We need a basket here.
Been a while. Shaw hit a 3, and Bush had a basket and a free throw. Tay, pointer in the corner, out to Shaw. Shaw dribbles right side. Oh, bad pass, trying to force it in there to Shirley. Turnover. And the Spartans with the ball again. Right side it goes to Tuck. He's back on the court. Here's a pass deflected in the lane by Cody Lane. And Shirley's got the basketball, gives it to Shaw. Over goes to Lane. They go down in the corner to Pointer. Across it goes to Shaw. Shaw wants to drive. Baseline, he's cut off. Shot goes up, no good. And the board by Tuck, knocked out of bounds. Barren County's basketball. Will Bandy back on the court now. With 2:50 to play here in the first half. Barren County led by as many as 9 when it was 20-11. And Cincinnati Roger Bacon's gone on a 10-0 run. Tate, guarded by Cody Lane. Sends it right side over to Henderson. He's in a trap, and they knock it away and steal it. And Lane's got it, and he gets rid of it off to Shaw. Shaw, little head fake, leaves it out there with Tay Pointer. He can't shoot. Now he will. 15-footer short. And they've got a foul there, I think. It just didn't look right with the angle.
No, it's a funny spin on it.
Here's a long 3 out of the left corner. Banked in. I just scooted off the backboard and in by Trig Holdman.
You don't see many bank 3s from the corner.
24-20. Cincinnati Roger Bacon, a 13-0 run. Here's a shot going up, no good for Shaw. Ball knocked out of bounds by Shirley. It's going to go back to the Spartans with 2:02 to play here in the first half.
We need to keep it within don't get down 10 or 12 here this last 2 minutes. So struggling to put the ball in the basket right now.
And it's Tate giving it to Trig Holdman. Ball knocked away by Bandy. Bandy's going to take it to the rack. He'll lay it up and in.
We needed that one. 14-0 run. We finally stopped that.
24-22. 1:40 left to go here in the first half. Tate gets it across left side. It goes to Trig Holdman. Out to Cromer. They go inside there. He double dribbled it. In the corner, back around the perimeter out front. Tate. Here's a lob to Cromer. Ooh, man. What are they going to call here? Oh, Ryan Shirley got the worst end of that deal.
Yeah, he did.
The elbow came down right in his face.
I think the call more likely was he didn't give him room to come down. He was up under him, but close.
Cromer at the line for Roger Bacon. Ball comes off. Rebound to Ryan Shirley. Shaw hooks it over to Bandy out front of the left side. Sends it back over to Shaw. Goes down the corner of the lane. Out to Bandy. Long three. No. Battle for the rebound. Cromer saves it in bounds. There's Cody Lane. Puts it up and in.
Foul.
And a foul. Boy, I want you to look at Ryan Shirley's face right now. There is blood streaming all the way down his face. Cody Lane will shoot one. Barren County tied the game on that shot at 24-24.
Cody gives you a lot of energy and a lot of hustle every time he's in the game, and that was a big 2 points there to finish the three-point play here.
And the shot goes up. It is no good. Bandy with the rebound. Back in the corner to Hester. Out to Cody Lane. Works it out front. Gives to Shaw. 51 seconds to go in the first half. Gives to Griggs. Griggs getting pressure now. Double team. Back over the left side to Shaw. Got around Tate and had it stripped loose. And then they throw it away. Cody Lane had something to do with that.
He's everywhere. He's really active.
And Henderson checking back in for the Spartans. Tate going out. 24-24. And Shaw to inbound the ball in the right corner. Sends it out to Hester. Hester goes back to Shaw. Back out front to Hester. Penetrating the lane. Throws it off in the left corner to Griggs. Back out the lane. Gives it to Griggs. Griggs working around out front as he circles. Goes back to the right side to Shaw. Foul. Shaw down the corner. Gives to Bandy. Oh, they're not calling anything right now. 18 seconds to go in the first half. Left side with it. As they bring it back out front. Block. Down to 7 seconds to go in the half. Here's the lob to Cromer at the free throw line. Goes up against Bandy. Shot goes up. Good. That does it for the first half. Halftime at Cincinnati, Roger Bacon 26, Barren County 24. We'll come back with a halftime report brought to you by Colton's in just a moment. This is Trojan Basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back in London, Kentucky at South Laurel High School for the 2019 Legacy Nissan Dribble Drive Challenge. Trojans trailing Cincinnati Roger Bacon 26-24 here at the break. Barren County led 14-8 at the end of the first quarter, but got outscored 18-10 in the second period of play. The Spartans with 10 field goals in the first half, one of those a three-point shot. They were 5 of 8 from the free throw line. They were led in scoring by Mason Cromer with 8. 6 points for Josiah McGee, 4 points for Marjoni Tate, 3 points for Adam Trigg Holman, 2 for Nigel Mooney. Wesley Henderson scored 2, and Jacob Goyette had 1 point in the first half for the Spartans. Barren County, same number of field goals, 10. 3 of those were three-pointers, all by Jacob Shaw. And the Trojans were 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. 9 points for Jacob Shaw on those three-point shots. 2 points for Gavin Withrow. Will Bandy scored 8. Aiden Eichen did not score in the first half. Tyler Bush with 3. And Cody Lane with 2. Mason Griggs, Caleb Hester, Tay Pointer, Ryan Shirley all saw action but did not score, along with Corbin Murphy, as he was 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. Trojans had a 20-11 lead at one time, and since that time, they've been outscored by a margin of 15-4.
Kind of the same bugaboo that got us last night, foul trouble. And, we're going to have to learn to play without fouling.
So that's as far as the foul situation for Barren County. 2 fouls on Tyler Bush, also Gavin Withrow with 2, and 1 each on Jacob Shaw, Aiden Eichen, and also Ryan Shirley.
Did they just have 1 foul?
Unless I missed one somewhere.
2.
Did he have 2?
He set out the whole.
He did.
Yeah.
Maybe he did get 2.
I'm assuming that he did. Now don't hold me
I'll put
to
it down anyway. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that shows 8, but I may have put one on somebody else that shouldn't have.
I would assume because he set most of the half.
Yeah, he did. So that is the scoring, and as far as the foul situation for the Spartans in the first half, Tate picked up 2 fouls, and 1 each on Cromer, McGee, Tuck, Block, Mooney, and Henderson. 26-24 our score. After this game, it'll be the semifinals of the winners bracket, and it'll be Louisville St. Xavier taking on Bell County after this game, followed by South Laurel and Owen County in the other semifinal game later tonight. Then we'll be back here tomorrow. Of course, if the Trojans win, they'll play Lynn Camp, who beat Russell County 63-58 earlier this afternoon. And if not, we'll play Russell County at 12 noon tomorrow, Central Time, for 5th or 7th place in the tournament. So hopefully the Trojans can pull out the victory here this afternoon and play Lynn Camp tomorrow, because we've got Russell County. We got Russell County on the schedule as far as playing a regular season game, so that won't be till later in the season in February. So 26-24 our score here at the break. Chad Withrow is going to go out and do some dribble drive challenge here. We'll come back and get ready for the second half here from South Laurel High School here in London, Kentucky, as the Trojans trail Cincinnati Roger Bacon 26-24 on 103.7 Nash Icon. Back here in London, Kentucky, as we get set for the second half, 26-24. Cincinnati, Roger Bacon leading the Barren County Trojans. And don't forget, we'll be back in Berea tonight for the fifth place game of the Berea Holiday Classic 16-team tournament with the Trojanettes, who won earlier today. If you missed that game on the broadcast here, Trojanettes winning over Berea 58-33. They'll take on Owen County tonight, who won over Letcher County Central 61-56. For third place tonight, it'll be Oldham County against Louisville Male, and the championship game between Anderson County and Bishop Brossart. And looking at some of the other games in the consolation bracket, Lawrence County will play Woodford County, Frederick Douglass, and Louisville Eastern. Logan County, Perry Central in the consolation brackets. But again, we'll be on there at about 6:40 tonight Central Time, 7:40 Eastern. Back in Berea for the fifth place game, Trojanettes and Owen County. About a minute away from the start of the second half, and this third quarter coming up. We'll remind you that our halftime report has been brought to you by Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. Colton's thanks you for your business during 2019, and for every $25 purchase in gift cards, you'll get a $5 bonus card. Colton's, we know what's at stake. This third quarter coming up, brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Now, whenever you're away from your radio, you can log on to the new Listen Online link for Barren County Sports on your computer or laptop. Go to www.1043thescore.com/Barren County. The stream link is at the top of the content area on the Barren County Sports page. BCHS Sports Stream. Click Trojans Live online for the broadcast of Barren County High School basketball. Again, that's www.1043thescore.com/Barren County. And after the tournaments are over with tomorrow afternoon, we'll get a little bit of a break before we take on the Glasgow Scotties and Lady Scotties next Friday night over at Scotty Gym. Well, did you win anything, Chad?
I won $10 for the wings and rings or somewhere.
All right, that's not bad.
I didn't sure what they were doing until they called me out there.
They called your number. You had a ticket or something there.
I guess.
Yeah,
I think somebody put my name in the drawing or something. If I had my guess, she's got blonde hair and sitting over there on the other side.
Okay, well, I would say you're probably right.
Yeah.
Barren County's basketball to start the second half. Withrow gets the ball in play to Niken. Niken's trying to make a move on Cromer. He puts it in and draws a foul.
Good start.
And after Aiden did not play but first 2 or 3 minutes of that first half, gets a foul from Cromer, and that's his second, I believe, and the first one of the second half against the Spartans.
Good way to start the half.
26 on. Niken at the line, puts it up, and it rattles and all over the rim, and it goes down.
He got one of those breaks there.
So 3-point play for Aiden Niken to start the second half to give the Trojans back the lead, 27-26.
Kentucky is up 8 at the half.
Well. And in the backcourt, the Spartans trying to get it across, having trouble. And they finally beat the 10-second count there with Block handling it out front against Withrow. Takes it left side. He'll dump it in there to Mooney. Mooney starting the second half. Goyette. McGee. Back left side it comes to Tate. Tate pulling it back out. Trojans with man-to-man pressure as they try to drive, and they're going to be a foul. That's 3 on Gavin Withrow. First of the second half of the Trojans. And Mason Griggs checking into the Trojan lineup. First Trojan to pick up 3.
Told him at half, I said, beat him to the spot, don't body him. Well, he listened to me real well.
Tate to toss it in. He lobs it out to McGee, and a 3-pointer in the air that is no good. Crashing aboard is Aiden Niken. Niken down the left side, trying to make a move on his defender. Goes into traffic, and foul is out on the floor.
Yep.
So Trojans will have to take it out underneath. Second team foul on the Spartans. And Aiden Niken gets it out to Bandy. Throws it to Griggs. Dumps it in there to Niken. Back left side, Cody Lane driving to the basket. Puts it up. It is good.
Good move.
Cody Lane with a second field goal, and a timeout call by Cincinnati Roger Bacon. As Barren County has scored 5 straight to open up the third period of play in a little over a minute. It is 29-26.
That was Cody. Good to see him. You know, he plays so hard defensively. A lot of times he don't look to score, but he made a strong move there. And really, if he can do that, that's a big plus for us.
And having Aiden Eichen back in the court, too, that's opened things up.
That helps when you have your best players get to play instead of sitting over there watching.
That is right. That was our problem last night. Had too many people in foul trouble.
Some of it, yes, very much so.
All right, Will Bandy, here we go, baby.
Goyette will toss it in for the Spartans. Full court pressure is on by Barren County. Goyette still looking. Gets the ball in play to McGee. Gives it back. Now goes to Mooney here on the near side. Back out front now. Comes to Block. Block getting pressure from Mason Griggs. And now Block still with it. And Griggs staying with him. Almost lost it out of bounds in the left corner. They fire a pass over to Tate on the right side. Tate between the legs. Dribbles. Cut back left. Goes down the lane. Flips it up and in. Tate with his 6-point. 29-28. Barren County by 1. They dump it down low. In there to Bandy. Hook shot. Falling away. Puts it in.
Good move.
10 points for Will Bandy. 31-28 Trojans. Spartans trying to get the ball in play. They do to Tate. He works it up court. Tate calling the play out here. Goes left side with it over to Block. Block getting the screen. Now gets rid of the basketball. Out front now to Goyette. Back over to Tate. Tate sends it out to Mooney. Back left side of McGee. Now driving in the corner. And they throw it back around the perimeter. Here's Tate. Right elbow. His jumper rattled out. Bandy with a rebound. Outlet pass comes to Griggs. Throws it too long for Cody Lane and out of bounds.
Good idea. Just a little too much on it.
McGee checking out the ball game. And it is Tuck in.
Oh, that was cheap as foul. He barely touched him. Golly.
They put a foul on Griggs. His first team second.
That was weak for all the contact.
What in the world was that? 31-28. Spartans with the basketball on the near side. Working against Cody Lane. His block. They go right side with it over to Tuck. Tuck sends it out top now around the perimeter. Mooney gives it back to Block. Block hooks it back down low. Ooh, that should be an offensive foul. Well, they give him time. I guess didn't give him room.
Didn't give him room to come down.
Griggs is second. Team's third. And Tate will toss it into the right baseline. They lob it out to Goyette. Now Tate penetrating the lane. Scoops up the shot. No good. And out of bounds. It's going to go off the foot of Niken, they say. I thought it went off of Mooney's foot.
We were sitting here, but Aiden didn't act like he had disagreed, so. Golly.
Yeah, they get it out to Tate, top of the circle. Tate, right side over to Tuck. Tuck to the free throw line. Back to Tate, driving. Throws it up on the baseline. It's no good. And ball slapped back in bounds. Spartans keep it alive. So try to set screens out there. Here's a lob, and that is going over the head and out of bounds as Goyette couldn't contain it, and so Barren County will get the ball. Ryan Shirley and Tay Porter checking back into the Trojan lineup.
You can see why they're a low-scoring team. They don't get any hurry, and they pass the ball out and play pretty good defense.
Yep. They give up 58 points a game. They only average 41.
They're pretty good defensively.
Porter with the basketball out front. Splits the defenders. Goes right side with it over to Shaw. Shaw getting pressure from Tate. Is extending the zone out there at 2-3. Back to Shaw out front. He'll give it to Niken. Niken, jump shot, free throw line, in and out. And Spartans with the basketball back the other way. Diagonal pass. Down low. And shot put up and in by Mooney. 31-30. Niken hands it back over to Shaw. Shaw straight away to Pointer. Now Pointer back over to Shaw on the right side. They go down to the corner to Shirley. Here's Niken with it. Niken dribbling behind the arc. Fires into Bandy. Fall away shot. Comes off the rim. And rebound to the Spartans. 3:40 to play here in the third. Tate driving, going to the basket. No good. Rebound put back up and in by Goyette. And now the Spartans have regained the lead 32-31.
Nope.
Shirley deep on the right side, back out to Shaw. And it was intended for Bandy, goes out of bounds. Caleb Hester and Tyler Bush checking back with the Trojan lineup.
This quarter's gone by fast. 3:23 left.
32-31, Roger Bacon lead. Tate with the basketball, gets rid of it over to McGee, who's back in the ball game. Around the perimeter, they give it back to Tate, right side of the circle. Here's the lob, and Cromer fell down. Is that not a walk? Jump ball. And the possession arrow to the Spartans.
Not only did he fall down, but both feet went up above his head.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes they call that, sometimes they don't.
I don't know. Anyway, here's Tate for three. It is off high. And Cromer's over the back. I mean, he's over the back of two Trojans.
I had him blocked out well, and he went up over him.
Is that 4 fouls on him?
I believe so. Big one.
I only had him for three, but I must have put one on somebody
May have
else.
been who you missed early in the game.
So Cromer goes to the bench with 4 fouls.
Not a smart foul when you already have 3.
2:55 to go here in the third quarter. Shaw takes his time, gets it across the midcourt stripe. That gives it over to Shirley. Back out now to Shaw. Shaw working right, back to Shirley in the corner. He'll throw it back out now to Shaw. 2:38 to go. Third period. Barren County down by 1. Shaw comes to the left side, goes back right. Balances the floor, gives it over to Shirley. Back out to Shaw, trying to direct traffic out there. Caleb Hester on the left side. Cross-court pass comes underneath to Shirley. Puts it up. It's no good, but he draws a foul. And it'll be untucked.
Did a good job of going into the guy then. You know, a lot of times I talked about last night fading away, but Ryan did a good job of making contact instead of avoiding it.
So Ryan Shirley will be at the charity stripe.
Pass, Caleb Hester.
And free throw is on the way. It's no good off the front of the rim.
Struggling at the line again today, aren't we?
We were 1 of 3 the first half, 1 of 2 here in the second half. So that's 2 of 5.
Yep.
It's only 40%.
That'll lose you some games.
Yes, it will, especially when they're close. And the second shot's good for Shirley. First point of the game for Ryan Shirley. Ties it at 32. 2:20 to go in the third quarter. Tate with the basketball. Barren County 1-3-1. And they're out of bounds.
Come down out of bounds.
So Barren County's basketball with 2:10 or 2:11. Good pressure by the Trojans that trip. Ryan Shirley, Jacob Shaw. Gives it to Ryan Shirley as he pops out, gets the pass, back to Shaw. Shaw makes a move to the left side, reverses, goes right. Here's Niken in the key, dribbling in traffic. Now brings it back out, needs help, goes in the corner, gives it down low to Bush, hooks it in there to Niken, puts it up. Good foul.
Great pass. Good finish. Good pass.
Fouls on 32. That's Goyette. Well, they got 3 on him, okay. Team's 5th. And Niken at the line. Chance here for another 3-point play. And it's on the way, and it's too strong. Rebound to the Spartans. Barren County with a 2-point lead, 34-32. Tate. Bounce pass off to McGee. Back to Tate. Goes right side with it to Neal, who's back in the game. And now Henderson with it. Bounces it back out to Neal. Right side to Tate. Tate splits the defenders, goes to the basket, flips up the shot, no good.
Niken.
Foul on Niken, and that will be number 3.
He tried. I mean, he went straight up. And that's a tough one there.
With 1:22 left, Tate is at the line. He's 2 for 2 this afternoon.
Wow.
Tate with 6 points. Update on Kentucky, Louisville, 32-26 UK.
Kentucky shooting 2 free throws. So probably, if you're watching it at home, you're probably a little ahead of me.
Yeah, it could be. 18:46 to play in the ball game.
Quiet in here now.
Tate for 2 shots. First shot goes up. It's good. 34-33. Will Bandy, Cody Lane. Checking back in the Trojan lineup for Aiden Niken and Caleb Hester. The ball is over there. The official's not going to get it and going to make a player get it.
Can the referees not go?
How lazy is that? Tate back at the line. And he missed that one. The rebound comes off to Cody Lane. 1 point Trojan lead. Minute 16 to go in the third quarter. Shaw off to Hester, or rather to Lane. Back over to Shaw. Shaw trying to penetrate, gives to Bush. 15-footer right side, no good. Ball slapped out, taken by the Spartans. They're on the run, 2-on-1 break. And here's a pass back underneath. Shot blocked from behind by Lane, but then put back up and in by McGee. Shaw in the right corner. Lobs it back out to Bandy. Fires it in there to Ryan Shirley with a spin move. Got to get a foul call. Four on Goyette.
They're getting into foul trouble now.
Cromer's on the bench with 4. Now Goyette with 4.
Got to be aggressive.
Ryan Shirley at the line, 1 of 2 at the stripe. Got 45.4 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Barren County trailing by 1.
Got to be offensively aggressive.
Here is the shot for Ryan Shirley, and it's going to drop in.
4 or 5 trips around and bounce, goes in.
Soft rims. Shirley back of the line for 1 more. Ties the game at 35.
Break it down.
Here's Shirley's shot, and it's good. Nothing but the twine on that one.
Good there.
Barren County back up by 1, 36-35. 43 seconds to play in the third quarter. Tate with the basketball, gets it across the line. He's in a trap, splits the defenders, gets with the basketball, bounce pass to the right side. They give it to Block, back left side. Here's Tate. They go inside, shot no good. And a rebound, get a whistle, jump ball, possession arrow to the Trojans. Tate Pointer back in the Trojan lineup. As the inbounds pass comes to Shaw with 27 seconds to play.
So 1-3-1.
Yep. Tate Pointer trapped in the corner, gives it off to Lane. Bounce pass over to Shaw. Shaw in the corner, right side, Bandy. Ooh, dangerous pass. There's Cody Lane. Free throw shot is good. All over the rim, but it goes down.
Boy, he's been a big lift today.
Yep.
Big lift.
Here comes Tate. Racing it down, steps back, wants to shoot the 3 at the horn. He knocks it down.
Good defense there. Just a really good offensive play, to be honest about it.
And ties the game at 38 after 3 periods of play. We'll come back to the fourth quarter in a moment. This is Trojan basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon. corner here at South Laurel High School and the 2019 Legacy Nissan Dribble Drive Challenge. 38-38. South Central Bank sponsors the fourth quarter. Small enough to know you, big enough to help.
Going 2-3 zone here, first possession.
And Gavin Withrow's back in the game to start the fourth quarter. They go underneath and a shot put up and in. That is Mooney getting the bucket. And now a 40-38 Spartan lead. 7:33 left in the basketball game. Gavin Withrow with it out front, looking, lobs it over to Lane on the left side. Lane in the corner to Bandy. He'll fire it up for three. No good. Crashing the boards, Cody Lane had it smacked out of his hands, loose on the floor, diving for it. And what do we got?
Great foul.
Going to get a foul. I was wondering if they might get a jump ball there, but knowing how things have been going. So the Trojans will get it on the alternating possession.
Good hustle there. They caught a foul on 12.
Oh, okay. So Henderson picking up the foul.
Bonus.
Big shots. Cody Lane at the line.
We're in the bonus 2-1.
1+1. Got it. 7 points for Cody Lane, the 5'11 senior. Can tie it up here if he can hit this one with 7:17 to go.
He saved us today.
And he got it. So 7 fouls for the Spartans, 4 on the Trojans. Just not foul.
Yeah.
Tied at 40. Spartans with the basketball knocked down by Lane. Niken saves it in bounds. Back to Lane. Goes for the bucket and got it. 42-40. Trojans back on top by 2. Tate in the backcourt. Gives it off to McGee. He walked. Goes left side with it to Henderson. Back around the perimeter right. It goes to Tate. Tate back out to Block. Block back to Tate on the bounce pass. Long three. Good. That's his second three-point shot. And the Spartans regain the lead 43-42, and the ball goes through the hands of Withrow and out of bounds.
Well, you just cannot turn the ball over like that. Unforced turnovers.
Yeah, those kill you. 6:35 to go. Spartans basketball leading by 1, 43-42. Tate handles the point for the Spartans of Cincinnati, Roger Bacon. Angling off to the right side. Sends it out top now to McGee. McGee working the left side in the corner to Block. Back out now to Tate. Tate getting the screen from Cromer, who's back in the court with those 4 fouls. Here's a lob and a whistle.
Wow.
It's going to be on Cromer. He pushed off Bandy or Lane, one of them there. Underneath the basket, threw out the forearm, and Cromer's going to foul out of the game.
I thought they were going to call it on us.
I thought so, too.
Goodness, what are you supposed
the way
to
the
do?
breaks have been going for us, anyway.
Yeah.
So Cromer's going to foul out of the game at 6:07 to go. And let's see who Coach Brian Neal is going to bring in. He'll bring in 15, Nigel Mooney. Barren County still down by 1 here, 6:07 to go. And they're going to set up in a 2-1-2 or 2-3 extended zone. Shaw, left side Withrow. Backdoor pass. Niken had it knocked away. And here come the Spartans. Block. Hooks in the corner. Henderson for 3. No good. Ball kind of got off of Lane there.
Yeah.
Misjudged it. But here's Niken all the way to the rack. Lays it up and in.
Good move there. One end to the other. Finished.
Yep. And that's 7 points now for Aiden Niken. Barren County regains the lead 44-43 with 5:40 left to go. And the People's Bank timeout. And the People's Bank of Glasgow, your local community bank, working for you. Well, we'll be back in Berea at 8 o'clock Eastern time for the tip-off of the Trojanettes in Owen County. 5th place game of the Berea Holiday Classic. So we are there at about 7:40 Eastern, 6:40 Central. We'll leave here just as soon as we can and hit back up I-75.
Yeah, we're going to get real familiar with that road.
Then back down here tomorrow for the final game of the South Laurel Holiday Classic.
This has been a very competitive game. You know, low scoring, hard-nosed defense. Both teams have really played hard.
And it's Spartans basketball. Pressure in the backcourt. As it comes into block. Gavin Withrow guarding him back there. He'll bring it up. Gets it across. And dumps it off in a high post to Henderson. Back out to block. Sends it over to Tate. Tate brings it out. Goes back left side to Henderson. McGee back to block. Over to Tate. Halfway the corner to the right. Sends it back out around the perimeter. Now giving it back to Tate. Trying to penetrate. He can't go. Has to back it out. 5 minutes to play. 1 point Barren County lead. 44-43. Here's a shot flipped up. Just kind of flipped up over his shoulder with McGee.
Play good defense for almost a minute, then give up basically a layup.
45-44. 1 point lead. Right side, Cody Lane. Bounces back out to Shaw for 3. No good, but he's fouled.
Knocked him down.
It'll be on Henderson. I believe that's 3 on him.
Should get 3 shots.
Yep, and 8 fouls on the Spartans in the second half. And Jacob Shaw, 79% from the foul line of the season so far. Knocked down 3 threes in the first half. He's gone scoreless here in the second half.
They play that kind of extended zone. They're long, and you know, it's hard to get good looks at the basket against them.
Barren County 6 of 8 from the charity stripe in the second half.
Much better this half.
Yeah, went 8 for 17 last night against Bell County. First one's good. Puts him in double figures with 10. Matches Cody Lane and Aiden Niken, or excuse me, Will Bandy, all with 10 points. Shaw puts it up. Good.
Can't stress the lift that Cody Lane has brought today. Just the energy, made baskets, made free throws. Really, a very, very good job from Cody.
Barren back up 46-45. Here's Shaw's third free throw. Oh, it came off, but Niken gets the rebound. They reached in and tie it up, a possession arrow to the Trojans.
Well, if we can score here, it'll work out good.
1 point lead for Barren. It's 46-45. And here's the lob coming into Niken. Throws it up. Oh, it rolled off the rim. And the rebound off the fingertips of the Spartans. Well, Niken went up high for that, too. And
just rolled around.
Shaw gets it inbounds to Bandy. Out to Withrow. Back in the corner. Left side, Shaw. Left elbow. Niken trying to make a move. Slashing his way inside. Puts it up. Got it. And a foul.
This could be a 5-point possession here if he knocked his free throw down.
And that is the 10th foul on the Spartans in the second half. Aiden Niken, all 9 of his points here in the second half, and make it 10. And now a 4-point lead for Barren County.
Need to stop.
49-45. Tate with the basketball. Barren County fans cheering the Trojans on here. And they work it, and then a pass into lane, and a shot from 6 good on the right side for Goyette. 49-47. Shaw with the basketball. Dumps it off down to Bandy. Reverses it up. No. Too hard. And rebound to the Spartans. 4 minutes to play. Barren County up to 49-47. Ball comes over to McGee. And now block. May have dragged the pivot foot a little bit there. McGee comes back out to get the pass. Now sends it back over to Tate on the left side. Coming out to get it now, Goyette. Now with it is Mooney. And now over the left side corner, going baseline. And a bad pass, and Cody Lane's got it behind the back dribble, lost the handle, and then kicked it out of bounds. A good hustle by Cody Lane.
Yes, it was.
3:30 left. Barren County 49. Cincinnati, Roger Bacon, 47. Tate in the backcourt against Cody Lane. Now they come to trap. Look out, look out, look out. And a timeout. Timeout by the Spartans with 3:17 to play.
Full timeout.
And this is a People's Bank timeout. People's Bank in Glasgow working for you. 49-47 Trojans. You're listening to 103.7 Nash Icon, WHHT-FM, Cave City, Glasgow, and on the internet at www.104thescore.com and on BCHS Live YouTube this afternoon. Back in Berea in a couple of hours for the Trojanettes and Owen County in the 5th place game of the 16-team Berea Holiday Classic. We'll be back here tomorrow in London for the Trojans game against either Lynn Camp or Russell County, either at 12 noon Central or 1:45. Looking at scoring here, Jacob Shaw has 11 points for the Trojans. Aiden Niken with 10. Cody Lane with 10. To lead Coach Warren Cunningham this afternoon. Goyette will put the ball in play for the Spartans as he gets it out to Tate. Tate now bounce pass off the right side. Trojans trying to trap the ball everywhere it goes. As they give it back out and they feed it into the left corner. They hook it down the lane, slashing to the bucket, putting it up and in as McGee.
Foul on Will.
And a foul on Will Bandy, and that's going to be, I believe that's just his first and the team's 5th of the second half. But that tied the game at 49. And it is McGee at the line. He's 2 for 3 at the stripe. Shot goes up good. And now Trojans trail by 1, 50-49, with 2:58 to play. Cody Lane to the right side, back out to Shaw. Bounce pass back to Lane from Shaw. Hooks it over the left side with throw for a 3. Good! Downtown London on that one from Gavin Withrow.
Pass to Cody again. Seen the open man and got it to him, and Gavin's stepped up and knocked it down. We needed that. Whew.
And that is the second basket for Gavin Withrow and the 4th 3 of the day for Barren County. And the People's Bank 3-point shots. Timeout call with 2:44 left. Barren County with a 52-50 lead. Talked about Cincinnati, Roger Bacon only averaging about 41 points a game. The most they scored in the game this year was 62 against Winton Woods.
Yeah, they're a good team. Strong, big, long, physical. They just, maybe up that area they play more physical and slower or something. I don't know.
But say so.
They've shot the ball decent today here, too.
Coca-Cola scoreboard update. Less than 14 minutes to go. Kentucky 41, Louisville 35. At Rupp Arena in Lexington. Spartans basketball. Bring the link to the floor. Tate will inbound the ball to McGee. McGee's going to bring it up. Aiden Niken ready to meet him here. Bounce pass on the right side over the block. He'll give it back out to Tate. Swings it left side. Back out front. Around the perimeter right. To Mooney. Mooney giving it back to McGee. Now McGee, baseball pass right side. Back to McGee.
Ooh, he walked.
And he walked again. And going up the baseline, Tate. They throw it off in the right corner. 3 ball in the air. No. Rebound Aiden Niken. Pushing it down the floor for the Trojans. Niken stops and throws up a floater, and he missed everything. Not a good decision.
No, it was not.
And on the other end, here's going to be a collision, a blocking foul on Jacob Shaw. His second, team 6th. 52-50 Barren. Less than 2 minutes to play. And at the line is McGee. 3 of 4 at the stripe. Again, I searched for about 2 hours trying to find stats or something on this team, and not to be found.
The lady sitting here beside me asked if they were still an all-boys school, so.
And that I don't know either.
She acted like they used to be, but I didn't know, so maybe they are. It's a Catholic school, so just a chance that they are.
Could be. All right, McGee with the ball in his hands. He's got 13 points on the afternoon. The free throw's good.
Our free throw defense last 2 nights hadn't been real good, has it? Both teams seem like hadn't missed.
Nope. They were 5 of 8 the first half, 3 of 4 this half. And McGee puts it up and good again. Ties it at 52 with 1:58 to play. And Jacob Shaw is going to bring it up. 1-3-1. Half court. They lob it in the corner from Withrow to Bandy. Withrow back over to Shaw, and he lost it out of bounds.
We got to do a better job of dribbling into him instead of trying to make that long pass.
1:44 left to play. McGee with the basketball against Cody Lane. Bounce pass near side block. Giving it back to McGee, and that ball is going to skip off. Whew.
A little too hot to handle there on that pass.
Too much on that one. So Barren County now with another opportunity here to take the lead with 1:36 to play.
Let's go! Attack! Let's go!
Shaw, near side, Withrow. Lobs it over to Cody Lane. He's in a trap. Trying to go baseline. Hooks it back out to Niken. Here's Withrow. Another three-pointer short this time. Lane's got it, though. Gives it back out to Shaw. 1:17 to go. Lane trapped in the corner. Lob to Niken. In the key. He'll hook it off. Oh, it's deflected. Try to go to Bandy with it. Here come the Spartans on the right side. Block straight away out to Tate. So we come down to a minute to play in a tied ball game.
Let's go, Greg. Let's go, Greg.
And Tate's going to hold it out there. 53 seconds to play.
Here we go, Barren.
Straight away here on the near side, McGee. Back out to Tate. Bounces off the block with 40 seconds to go.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
Now Block out in their midcourt against Gavin Withrow. Gives it back to Tate. Cody Lane guarding him. And we're going to get a foul on Cody Lane. And that will be the 7th foul on the Trojans here in the second half. That's going to put Tate at the line. He's 3 out of 4.
Make sure if he misses, we do get the rebound.
With 31.9 seconds to play here in the game. Tate puts it up. It's good. Gives the Spartans back the lead, 53-52. Tate Pointer will check in for Cody Lane. Cody Lane, he's had a great ball game today.
He sure has.
10 points, very active on both ends of the floor.
Let's go, Greg. Let's go. Let's rebound this ball here.
Tate back at the charity stripe for the bonus, and it's up and it's good. 2-point lead for the Spartans. It's 54-52 with 32 seconds to play. Trojans need a bucket. Here's Niken with it on the right side. Niken, cross-court pass comes to Withrow. Now Withrow. And I'm going to get a timeout by Coach Warren Cunningham. And this is a 30 or full?
Full timeout.
Full timeout with 19.2 seconds to play. It'll be Barren County's basketball trailing Cincinnati Roger Bacon 54-52. Take a People's Bank timeout. Back up I-75 north into Berea this evening for the Trojanettes and Owen County. 5th place game of the 16-team Berea Holiday Classic. Trojanettes winning earlier today, 58-33 over Berea. And Owen County beat Letcher County Central 61-56. And the third place game will have Oldham County against Louisville Mayo. And the championship game, Anderson County and Bishop Brossart. And back here tomorrow to London, Kentucky for the final day of the South Laurel Holiday Classic. We'll be here either at noon Central or 1:45 Central tomorrow. Gavin Withrow to toss it in. Comes into Shaw. Hands it back to Withrow. 16 seconds to play. Withrow over to Shaw on the right side. Shaw hooks it back to Withrow. He wants to drive to the bucket. Puts it up. It's good. 5 seconds for Tate. Pushing it down the floor. Launches a three. No good. No good. We're going to go to overtime.
Well, that was halfway down, wasn't it?
Yep. Second overtime game for the Trojans in this tournament. Last night, 6-point overtime loss to Bell County. Now this one's going to go in overtime, and hopefully we'll have better results.
Not as much foul trouble tonight as
that's true.
Had last night.
Of course, Withrow and Niken with 3 fouls. Cromer fouled out for Cincinnati Roger Bacon. So both teams in the bonus. Spartans in a double bonus. We'll have a 4-minute overtime with a score tied at 54. And latest report on Kentucky-Louisville, just under 11 minutes to play. It's a 3-point lead for Kentucky, 43-40. Fourth quarter was brought to you by South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. So teams gather around the jump circle for the overtime. Aiden Niken for Barren County. Nigel Mooney for the Spartans of Cincinnati, Roger Bacon. And the tap is going to be controlled, and let's see, it's going to go out of bounds. I believe that went off of Tate. He tried to go for it there, and battling 2 Trojans. And so Barren County's basketball, and coming out is Goyette, who's playing with 4 fouls for the Spartans.
Their leading scorer on the season's already fouled out.
So yeah, that was Cromer.
Should be advantage to us.
Yeah. So let's see what we can do in this overtime. Here's Niken with the basketball. And ball knocked away in the backcourt. Got it back. Needs some help. And has to call a timeout. With 3:41 to go here in the overtime period. Tied at 54. Yeah, you talked about Cromer. Fouled out, the 6'9 junior. Scored 8 points in the first half.
Yeah, he's a load in there.
But it's Tate that's done the damage for the most part in the second half. He has scored 11 of his 15. Well, Louisville has taken the lead over Kentucky 46-45 with a little over 9 minutes to play. Barren County's basketball. Withrow gets it into Niken. He'll give it back to Withrow. Tied at 54. We're in overtime. Withrow gives it over to Niken. They extend that zone out again. Withrow looking. Lobs it back out to Bandy. He'll give it over to Cody Lane, who's back on the court. Bandy now on the right side. Back to Lane. Shaw's been open over here in the corner. They just can't get it to him. Cross-court pass. Oh, thrown away by Niken. 3:16 left in overtime. As the ball comes out to Tate. Now Tate crosses midcourt, gives it to Block. Block on the dribble. Here's the lob, down inside. They shovel it back out to Tate. Straight away, 3, good.
That was a deep three.
Yeah, knocking it down. That was McGee. He's had a big second half, too. He scored 12 of his 18. 57-54 in overtime. Trojans trail by 3. Cody Lane bounces out to Shaw. He'll put it up for 3. It's no good. And a rebound cleared out of there by Mooney. 2.5 minutes to play. Tate. Bounce pass here on the near side. Coming to McGee. He wants to drive, and a foul on Niken.
Kind of like last night's overtime.
Yep. That's his 4th, team's 8th. Tate Pointer checking back in the Trojan lineup for Cody Lane. And Henderson back in for the Spartans. At the line is McGee, and he's hit 3, actually hit 4 straight. He's 5 of 6 overall tonight. That one comes off. Rebound to Bandy. Trojans down by 3 with 2:10 to go in overtime. Withrow on the near side. Out to Shaw. Over to Pointer. Pointer back out to Shaw. Now Shaw on the dribble, trying to split the defenders. Hooks it back over to Withrow. Down to the corner to Bandy. Fires it back around the perimeter. Knocked away by Tate. Chased down to the backcourt by Shaw. And now Shaw got 5 on 4. They dump it down. It's picked off by Tate, trying to go to Pointer. Tate driving to the bucket. Puts it up, no good, but a foul.
That's 5 on him, isn't it?
Yep, it is. So Niken fouls out with 10 points. And 1:38 to play in overtime. Barren County down 3, and Tate 5 of 6.
Go, Greg. Lots of time. Lots of time, Greg. Let's go.
Tyler Bush comes in to replace Aiden Niken. And the shot goes up, and it's good for Tate. 58-54. Tate puts this one up, and it's good. 2-possession game. Barren County down by 5 in 1:36 to play. Withrow giving it off to Shaw. 3-pointer by Bandy. Good out of the deep left corner.
Big shot. Big shot. We needed that, and still a 2-point game. 1:28 to go. They've made their free throws.
They've hit 7 of 8, counting the overtime period in the 4th quarter. Will Bandy with his first People's Bank 3 tonight, 5th one of the ball game for Barren County, and 13 points for Will Bandy. Cut it to 2 with 1:28 to play in overtime. It is Cincinnati Roger Bacon 59, Barren County 57.
Imagine we'll try to pick up full court and try to get a steal before, I don't know, might let it run for a little bit before you have to foul. 1:28, this is where a shot clock would come in handy, wouldn't it?
Wonder if the shot clock will ever come to high school basketball.
I say it will one of these days. There's been talk about it in Kentucky, but so far, some high schools already have it, but, make it a 35, 40-second shot clock, and that keeps you from having to foul so early in the game if we have, at the end of a game, and I think it would be good for the game.
Yeah. 1:28 left, and it's Spartans basketball. They lead it by 2. And they're having trouble getting the ball in bounds. They finally do to block. And now blocks in the backcourt being pressured. Goes in the midcourt and then down to underneath and a layup good. Kind of a touch pass from Tate to Goyette.
A couple of chances at steals and just missed them.
61-57. Two-possession game here. Here's Ryan Shirley trying to go baseline. He's cut off. Gives to Cody Lane. Deep on the left side. Out to Shaw, and timeout by the Trojans.
Last one.
1:01 remaining in overtime. Barren County trailing 61-57.
Kentucky's up 2 with 7:22 left.
Tight one going on at Rupp Arena.
Bill Murray there, the actor. His son was the assistant coach for Louisville.
That is right.
He's taking in the action today.
That is right. Well, as soon as we get out of here, we'll head back up I-75 to Berea. Trojanettes and Owen County. Trojanettes got a 25-point victory today over Berea.
Girls, if you're listening, be ready to go.
Owen County beat Letcher County Central 61-56 earlier today. Trojans basketball down 2 possessions and a minute to play. And Withrow gets it in play to Shaw. And now they've gone man-to-man. Shaw driving left. Going to have to do something with it. Bounces back out to Withrow. A little too much time being taken off the clock here.
Yep.
Bandy at the right elbow. Out to Shaw. Can't shoot. Bounce past the corner. Pointer for 3. No. And a rebound to the Spartans. And we're going to get a foul called on Tyler Bush.
Good look. Just missed it.
That'll be his third and the team's 10th. Both teams now in the double bonus. And at the line is Mooney. He's not been there. First one is on the way. No good. Mooney back of the stripe for one more.
Rebound this ball. Let's go, Greg.
It's up. He missed it. Ball slapped down long to Tate. Another foul. It's going to be on Gavin Withrow, his 4th.
That hurt.
Yep. Tate's hit 4 in a row. Make it 5. 62-57. Tate's second shot on the way. Got them both. 63-57. It's going to take 2 threes with 32 seconds to play. Here comes Shaw. Hands it off to Pointer. Long distance 3. No. Bandy trying to save it. Couldn't get to it in time. 25 seconds left.
Don't want to foul Tate.
Right. Cody Lane back in the game. And there's a reach-in foul on Shaw. And that will put McGee at the foul line, and he is 5 of 7. With 23.3 to play.
Well, we don't fare too well in overtime, do we?
That one spins out. He'll get one more. McGee fires, and that one's going to drop in for him. And now it's become a 3-possession game with 23.3 seconds to go. Jacob Shaw over to Cody Lane, out to Bandy. He'll put it in the air for 3, bounces off the back iron, and we're going to have a foul on Gavin Withrow. Should have been a jump ball, but
Yeah, he had ball that time.
Yep. So Gavin Withrow will foul out with 7 points. He'll join Aiden Niken, who fouled out a couple of minutes ago. With 12 and a half seconds to play in overtime. Caleb Hester comes in for Gavin Withrow. And it's McGee back up at the stripe again. Puts it up, and it's good. 65-57, Spartans. Second shot for McGee is good. 66-57. Cincinnati, Roger Bacon. 12 seconds to play. Shaw will throw it up and banked it in, running to the basket, and that's his 13th point. 66-59, and that will do it. And Cincinnati, Roger Bacon defeats the Barren County Trojans in overtime, 66-59. Trojans drop to 6-4 on the year, and Cincinnati, Roger Bacon improves to 3-5 on the year. And that will put the Trojans now against Russell County tomorrow at 12 noon Central Time. We'll be on the air at 11:40 Central Time tomorrow for the broadcast of that game here on Nash Icon from South Laurel High School in London. Again, the Trojans falling 66-59. They'll play Russell County tomorrow at 12 noon Central. Broadcast time 11:40. We'll be back with the post-game report after this break. This is Trojan Basketball on 103.7 Nash Icon.